Previously, I made a video about the 70mi Pro Dashcam parking surveillance feature, but I still get questions about it, and recently there was a request for some actual footage from a parking incident, which I didn't include last time. So in today's video, I'll be taking you through the entire end-to-end process, and I'll also be including some footage from a parking incident. Firstly, we need to turn the parking surveillance on. And you can do that either through the dashcam or through the app. I'll show you both ways. I'll do the dashcam first. So at the moment it's off, and we know that because there's no little P at the top. So going to settings, then down to advanced settings, then down to parking surveillance. At the moment it's disabled. Turn it on. Another click to turn it on, and there are just two options. The first is sensitivity, which is high or low. And do you want to record every single little bump, or are you only interested in the big collisions? So that's high or low. Let's go back. And when you turn the dash cam off, parking surveillance doesn't start immediately. If it did, as soon as you close your doors, you get parking incidents, so there's a delay, and you can choose how long that delay is. It can be 20, 30, 40 or 50 minutes. I've got it set to 20. So now I've turned it on the dash cam. If we go back to the live view, you should now see a P at the top, which indicates that the parking surveillance is on. Now when I turn the camera off, you'll see a message, and the message says starting parking surveillance after powering off. So once it's powered off, it will wait for 20 minutes and then it will turn the parking surveillance on. What I'm going to do now is show you how to do the same thing using the smartphone app. And the only real difference is that with the app we don't see the little P that we saw on the back of the dash cam. So I've already turned the Wi-Fi hotspot on the dash cam, and I've gone through settings and Wi-Fi on my phone to connect to the Wi-Fi hotspot. Now we've got the live view. Click on the three little dots at the top, and you'll see that parking surveillance is off at the moment. I can turn it on. And then we get the same two options that we saw on the dash cam. There's a sensitivity option, high or low, and a delay option. This is a delay between turning the dash cam off and parking surveillance becoming active. So now it's on. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wait 20 minutes for it to become active. Then I'm going to open and close the bonnet. That's the hood in Americanese. And then we'll take a look to see what's happened. Just to recap, you turn on parking surveillance either through the dash cam or through the app, as I've shown you. Then you have to turn the dash cam off, and then you have to wait either 20, 30, 40 or 50 minutes according to the setting you've chosen on the dash cam. And after that time, the camera goes into parking surveillance mode. And then if it detects an impact, it records a parking surveillance incident. Now, a few people have asked me if it can detect motion in front of the car, and it can't. To do that, it would need some kind of PIR sensor, the sort of sensor that I've got in my security lights. The only sensor it has is an accelerometer, a G sensor, and all that can do is to detect physical motion. So what I'm going to do now to simulate a parking incident is just to pop open the hood and then close it again, and that should make enough of an impact to cause a parking incident. So now we're going to take a look at the dash cam to see what's actually happened. Now you return to your car and turn the dash cam on, and depending on how you put it wired in, it will either come on with the ignition or you will turn it on manually. I turn mine on manually. And if there has been a parking incident while you've been away, you'll want to know about it. You don't want to go searching through lots of videos. So when I turn it on, it should tell me that there's been a parking incident. Let's turn it on now.
There is a new parking surveillance video.
Okay.
Please open the gallery to view it.
Okay, so it tells me to open the gallery. When we open the gallery,
Shawmine stops recording.
any videos with parking incidents will have a little P in the corner. You can just about see it here. So I'll go over to that video and play it here. And you can see some big ugly bloke that's just opening and closing my hood, and that caused the parking incident. Now watching it here doesn't have much use. I can see what happened, but if there was a lot of damage to my car and I wanted to report it to the police or my insurance company, I'll need to send them a video. So I need to find the video on the SD card. But that's quite easy because the video has a time and date stamp. So that's what I'll do next. When you look at the SD card from the dash cam on a computer, you will see 7 folders. One folder is for still photos, called photo, and there are 2 each for event, normal and parking. There's like an event and an event _S. The _S folders contain small, low definition videos, which I'm not normally interested in. I just use the big, higher definition ones in event, normal and parking. So when you're just driving along, taking regular video, those videos are contained in the normal folder. If you make an emergency video, you can do that 3 ways. If there's a collision, it will make an emergency video. You can press a button on the dash cam, or you can use the voice control. If you say record video, it will make an emergency video. And that gives you an extra 30 seconds, and it stores it in the event folder, which doesn't get overwritten as frequently, so it's fairly safe there. And parking incidents get stored in the parking folder. So if we go into the parking folder, which I'm in now, you'll just see 2 parking videos. And if I click on the bottom one, what you'll see is me opening and closing the bonnet. So all I'm going to do now is just add this video to the YouTube video. These parking surveillance videos are a minute long, so all you see is the incident that started the video, and then for the rest of the video you don't see much at all. I don't find this feature very useful. I've used it a few times when cars have parked very close in front of me, and I've been a bit concerned that as they leave they might hit my car. But when I've had dings in car parks, they've always been at the side or the back, where they wouldn't be recorded because the camera faces to the front. Also, I'm quite convinced that even if I had video evidence of a car hitting my car, the local police wouldn't be very interested. So I don't tend to use it very much. Anyway, I hope this second video about parking surveillance has answered some questions. And if you do have any more questions, please let me know in the comments below.